Hey, how's it going here? It is Political Integrity News, and today I wanted to go over how Kamala Harris went from the worst rated vice president in NBC News poll history, which includes Dan Quayle in the 90s, and he was pretty darn bad, to now being neck and neck in some polls with Trump, and in some polls, probably leading after the debate, where most say that she has won. So let's hear what they say.
An event for abortion access. Let's watch some of her speech.
But let's always take a moment to also see what we have achieved thus far, while we clearly see the moment that we are presently in. So
climate protesters diverged on a keynote address given by the vice president yesterday. They accused her of supporting the fossil fuel industry at the expense of the planet. Meanwhile, that same NBC News polling revealed 68% of voters are concerned that President Biden does not possess the necessary mental and physical health to serve as president, with 55% saying they have major concerns.
Yeah, so Kamala Harris, eloquent as always in that speech. Look, at this point, I don't understand what's going on. Is it that she has a speechwriter who hates her? Is it that she genuinely thinks those kinds of circular rifts? We're all here to be here together, and it's important while we're together to acknowledge the togetherness of us being as an ensemble in this room. And when we're in this room, we're of the room, in the room together. Who is telling her that that is a meaningful way to communicate with people?
It seems like she does it right. When it's not just off the cuff, she's reading prepared remarks.
So this is what I'm saying. Like,
can you
either someone
imagine her going through the scripts they've written for her and going, "This is brilliant. Oh, more of this."
Oh, my favorite tautology. Yeah, it's wild. So there either is someone with very, very poor judgment on her staff, or someone who hates her on her staff, and I don't know which is worse.
Is it you?
I've been letting.
See, and this was the media making fun of her because she was considered the worst president pick, vice president pick in modern day history. And then she is now the nominee. And as you see, electric. They're all using some of the same burst of energy. Rallies from energy, DNC, Chicago, energy. And look, CNN, MSNBC, they're all getting the same words, using a lot of the same language. I wonder why. Let's see another video to show you why they're all using the same words and how the media is brainwashing you into supporting Kamala Harris when you never supported her before. If you weren't a Trump supporter, you were highly against her from the start in becoming president because she had no real support, earned 0 delegates, and dropped out of the 2020 presidential race very early on. Let's see.
Thank you, Corinne. Democrats on Capitol Hill are being handed this card with talking points about the vice president and the border. Do you know who's handing this out?
I have no idea. You probably should ask her campaign.
So the first one says, Vice President Harris was never appointed border czar. There's never been such a position. It doesn't exist. Why are Democrats so sensitive about the vice president and the border?
Why are Republicans so sensitive about actually not owning up to them getting in the way of a border deal? Why? Why won't they own up to that? Why won't they own up to the last president told them not to move forward? It was a bipartisan deal on just right there, available to them, and they voted twice against it. Twice against it. Why are they so sensitive to moving forward and actually dealing on an issue that majority of Americans care about, is dealing with what's going on at the border?
Do you think that the border would be less of a talking point now if there was less migration to the border, say if somebody had addressed root causes of migration sooner?
Wait, hold on a second. Did you not hear the beginning of I know there were a lot of toppers, but one of the toppers, I talked about what we're seeing at the border. It's down by 55%. Not because of Republicans in Congress and what they did. It's because what this president and this vice president did. He moved forward and took actions to deal with what's going on at the border. Republicans continue.
Okay, so let's address all of this. First, there's talking points that are giving out to Democrats. They're talking with the media, and then the media is getting these talking points, and that is why they're using all the same language. Somebody shared a video a while back showcasing that all the major cities that have a news program, you know how there's like a CBS, ABC, NBC, and Fox in all these various cities, that they all were reading the same script. They played it where it started with one, added another one, and they were harmonizing the exact same script. Like, how does that happen unless you got someone sending down the information to brainwash you? And that's what they're doing here. They're trying to brainwash you. She's literally telling you that immigration is down. You know why immigration is down? Because people that would normally be crossing the border from 4 countries are no longer attempting to cross the border because Biden is saying, hey, I will give you a presidential parole and I will fly you across if you meet these criteria. So you got to meet certain criteria is what they say, but he will fly you across and then they will assist you in getting over here. You just got to meet the criteria and show up where they tell you to show up at an airport, and they will get you over here. They say that these people are paying for it. And who knows if that's all the case, but like they're still coming over here. Are they a citizen? Do they have visas? Are they visiting? Like you're giving a presidential parole. So you're bringing them here. They're not technically coming over here the former legal way. You're just saying, I'm going to parole you and allow you to come over here. So does that mean that they're truly lowering the cost or the amount of people coming across the border when you're just taking a large percentage of those people and flying them over? No, you're just having them come over by a different means. So it skews your data, kind of like how they do when they want to tell you about gun control and other pieces of data. They manipulate the data to support them. If you didn't see it or you don't remember in the debate between Trump and Harris, Trump said, I'll go down with you. We'll wake Biden up and we'll go get him to sign off to close the border right now, since you want to talk about how the border bill was stopped. That Biden has the power to stop what's going on at the border right now, and I'll go with you. Harris didn't say anything to that. Why? Because they don't want that. They don't want the border stopped. They want to pass just enough of a border bill and attempt to do so in hopes to make them look good for the election when they had 3 years of doing nothing to stop these people from coming across the border. Instead, they encouraged it and then they helped them. And these people overran cities to the point that city mayors were saying, we can't house them. We can't help them right now. You can't send them over here. We can't deal with all this right now. It was too much. Think of it this way. I said it before. Our country is your house. The front door is the border. Are you going to open up your front door and just allow anyone to come in? Are you going to share your food with them? Share your electricity? Share your water? Share your living space? Can you afford that? Because the government certainly can't. What's the government doing? They're literally printing money. They're printing more and more money, spending more and more money. and we have an inflation problem. And they want to tell you that inflation problem is no longer there. It's the grocery stores. Well, more people need more money to afford stuff, so prices on groceries went up. And what are you gonna do? Tell these places they gotta lower the grocery costs so that, you know, the stores that have the milk and process and do everything, they gotta lower the cost. Yet where's the lower money coming from? If they're knocking 30 cents off, who's covering that 30 cents? If, let's say, you know, Kroger, the money from that 30 cents is now calculated for paying higher wages to their employees, or Costco. I mean, Costco is one of the main companies that sent out to their employees, here's raises because of Trump's tax cuts, and we're raising the minimum wage that we're going to pay employees as well, thanks to Trump's tax cuts. Like, who's covering that cost? You can't just put a price cap on groceries. But that's what Kamala Harris wants to do. I'm telling you, the media, they're brainwashing you. The evidence is right there. There's tons of videos showcasing it. And you just heard the White House doesn't want to answer the question, that they're brainwashing you. Kamala Harris said it, and I'm going to put a video out where she wants to stop and regulate online speech. So look forward to that video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, as we're coming with more amazing content on this channel, and you can't dispute the facts.